Hey, this is Kevin Coleman with Caterpillar, and we're excited to be able to talk to you today about CAT command for loading, specifically this technology that has existed on other Caterpillar products being brought down to the skid steer and compact track loader family. CAT command for loading is a remote control system that allows you to control a machine from pretty much anywhere in the world. We're going to have two ways to control that machine. One is from that remote station, and that's what we call our non-line of sight system. And then we're also going to have a line of sight system. So we can talk through both of those, but I want to give you the opportunity to see this in action. Right now we're controlling one of the other machines in the family. We've got an excavator, a dozer, wheel loader, and now the skid steer loader. In Arizona, we've got a wheel loader. So that's about 400 miles from where we currently are sitting in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Robbie is controlling that machine from the station very comfortably, making passes with the wheel loader. If it were a hazardous application, he would be out of harm's way. But there's also the opportunity to take this machine and allow him to work across multiple machines for efficiency of workforce, efficiency of labor force, where we're challenged today, especially in the States, with having enough people to do the work. So he can do multiple things across multiple job sites and multiple machines, all from this one station. So Robbie, why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how easy it is to transition from one to the other?
I've been running this loader in Arizona, and I'm done with this job for the time being, and I got some work that needs to be done in Clayton, North Carolina. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my machine in a safe state. I engage the parking brake and the hydraulic lock, and I'm going to come here and click on the machine that I've already got queued up. We're going to connect, and bam, we're in Clayton, North Carolina. And I got to fill up these hoppers at this batch plant in Clayton. I take my parking brake off, I take my hydraulic lock off, and I'm working.
And just that fast, he's converted the job site from one location to another, 1,600 miles different from where he was originally, 2,000 miles away from where we are now. He's converted himself from a wheel loader to a skid steer loader. And the controls that he's operating with have gone from a wheel loader style. Now he controls the skid steer with the same controls. The patterns have changed for him automatically. If he needs a reference, he can go to the screen in the bottom and he can show what all the controls are if he needs a reference for what they do.
Whatever machine I'm actually connected to, it gives me these instructions. So if I went back to the loader, it'd be a different set of instructions. Because whatever machine I'm on, whether it be a dozer, a loader, an excavator, or a skid steer loader, it's going to automatically change my controls to that machine.
What about if you have to do some maintenance, or maybe you have some ground staff around? Well, there's indications on the machine that the machine is in a remote controlled state. It tries to notify the ground staff. We also recommend that they have some of the safety equipment on them that we call an all stop or a stop, so that if there is a situation where they need to stop the machines with a press of a button, it stops everything on site. That all stop button is something that you can hang on your belt, have accessible to you. Press of a button, you can have those machines stopped immediately. So we do try to look out for the safety of the operators, but also the ground staff on site as well. Along with that, we talked about the remote station here and the control of the skid steer. We're going to have another way to remotely control a machine, what we call line of sight. So this is the non-line of sight solution with the station. We've got a line of sight solution, which is with a console. Console is very much what you would think. You've taken the controls that are in the machine and now you've moved them to a remote box. And within 300 meters or 1,000 feet roughly, you can control the machine on site. That takes the operator out of a hazardous situation or application if it happens to be one that exists where you don't want a person in a machine for that. Could be also where if you want to take the person out of the machine so you can continue to run another portion of the task, say cleaning out from underneath conveyors. You have to take and stop the conveyors and then clean out because you can't have a manned machine running doing that kind of work. You could continue to run conveyors but then run the remote machine and clean out, and you don't have to stop production. And also, if you needed to get into a situation where you wanted to put a person in the machine and actually run it manually, you can switch it out. The non-line of sight solution can also go to a manned solution where you put a person in the operator's chair and run it like you normally would. Same thing for the console. You can switch it into the manual mode and also put it into a condition where you run it like you normally would. So this is a little bit lower cost solution. It's a more local solution because you're actually on site with the machine, but it gives you the capability to do remote control in two different ways, which is very exciting and new for skid steers. For more information on this, visit your local CAT dealer or go to cat.com and search command for loading.